And if this doesn't put you in the right mood, I'm not sure what will. Good morning, everybody. You're tuned into the heartbeat of the nation, 3 FM Sunrise. It's where the conversation starts and the nation listens. It's a brand new day. It's a glorious, glorious Tuesday morning, as I like to say. And as the sun rises over the capital and beyond, we're bringing you everything you need to kickstart your morning. Very shortly, we'll be giving you the latest weather update with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, chief forecaster with the Ghana Met. We'll be getting into our newspaper review. After which, the People's Bite, aka Johnny's Bite, will be coming your way. We'll then, of course, have the sports team come through with the sports segment. And then, of course, we dive into our big issue for the morning. Well, this morning we'll also be diving deep into the events that captured the nation's attention yesterday. And I'm talking about the NDC's Youth Manifesto launch. Well, there were two events. In the morning, there was the official launch of the Youth Manifesto.
Or drizzle still over some areas along the coastal strip, but rain showers over the north and part of OT regions. In terms of temperatures, we expect it around 28, 30 for most portions of southern Ghana. The north, we expect it to range between 30 and 32. The state of the sea is still expected to remain rough, so fisher folks need to take precautions. Water Lake will still be good for fishing activities, but if we want to do nighttime fishing, that's from this evening into tomorrow, Wednesday, we need to be extra careful because of widespread mist and fog patches that will affect horizontal visibilities.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Felicity, for that very comprehensive weather update.
Life is not as easy as ABC. Sometimes it hits you in certain way, and you want to reconsider how some of the things have panned out. Charlie, how be?
Oh, good
life
morning.
as easy as ABC?
I wish it was easy as ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3, but it's not, Charlie.
No. It's not. It's not as easy as you want to assume. But Charlie, if you have hope, you have focus and determination. Yeah, you can do it.
I know when I was a kid, I was one of those that couldn't wait to get older. I wanted to do this. And my parents said, listen, slow down. You don't know what is ahead. Pipe down. But here we are. Adulting is lashing me. My goodness. It's not easy to be an adult.
It's not at all. It's not a joke. Anyway, well, the Anchor newspaper this morning revealing the truth says Ghana needs bold solutions and ideas. Samira charges as she freezes Western region ahead of the MPP's manifesto launch. Wow. Bold solutions. Samira Baumia speaking. Baumia pledges 10 million Ghana cedis annually for Geological Survey Authority for exploration of minerals. Also, man accuses police of extortion, stealing after forceful withdrawal from his Momo account. CEO of Maslock named Ultimate Woman of the Year. Okay, what's on the front page of the New Finder newspaper? It says NRGI warns against Russian new gold refinery amid past failures and certification issues. Dennis Chayir is with the NRGI. Also, Ghana secures ICMA legal opinion for global master repurchase agreement. Demand for T-bills as Treasury bills drops by 19.18%, and LLA makes 5.2 million profit in 2 years, clears 17.1 million debt, according to Samioku, but the NLA has refused to do business with the GBC. Invest loans into capital projects to generate revenue for debt servicing, according to Deloitte and Touche. And the Daily Graphic says Mahama launches NDC Youth Manifesto, promises to create more jobs. Kolibu secures 30 new dialysis machines, but the place is still closed. NLA loses 1 billion Ghana cedis to illegal lotto operators, devises plan to reverse the trend. Stop threatening violence, Peace Council urges political party. And on the back page, North Tong MP presents $1.2 million equipment to Mepe Health Center, and Ghana National Fire Service saves 94 million Ghana cedis worth of properties from fire ruins. Comes with a photo of Desmond Isonaka, Deputy National Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. Where's Alex King?
That's a very good question.
Anyway, what do you have there?
Well, I've got the Daily Statesman that I'm starting off with. The front page has this to say: Ghana's digitalization, a game changer. Canadian minister urges developing nations to adopt it. Court vindicates Tobinco over fake drug claims. And National Youth Conference to explore youth innovation and digital impact. Maslock honored for championing business sustainability. And you've got the Maslock CEO pictured receiving that award on the front page. The Ghanaian Times this morning: commit to anti-corruption issues, coalition demands from political parties. At NDC's Youth Manifesto launch, we'll create the jobs for you, Mahama assures youth. Road Minister orders KMA to stop construction of buildings in waterways in Kumasi. And also on the front page of the Daily Guide, Mahama's free level 100 or level 100 policy stokes fire. NPP will win 2024 elections. That's coming from Napo. Baumier's digitalization agenda, a game changer. Ex-Canadian minister. And there's a quote here: I will empower the youth. Who is saying that? It's captured in page 6.
Okay. Buy a copy and read.
Finally, the business analyst Tobinco versus Opuni. Court ruling confirms Tobinco's integrity. Also on some government business, debt restructuring will restore moderate risk of debt by 2028. All set for GJA's 75th birthday on Thursday. And mid-year budgets, Deloitte recommends 2 key areas to enhance tax efficiency.
Okay, so those are the things we have there. What are we going on to now? Do we go to the NDC's Youth Manifesto?
I think we can certainly start off from there. I do find quite intriguing the Daily Guide's capturing of it, because
Mahama's free level 100 policy stokes fire.
Yes.
MPP will win 20. Okay, so there are two
different stories.
Okay,
yes.
Stokes fire. What kind of fire is this stoking?
Well, I'm curious.
Let's read. Let's find out.
Because there was a lot of chatter on social media yesterday about this. Now, the flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, ex-President John Dramani Mahama, has announced plans to provide tuition-free education for first-year students in public universities if elected. However, the policy has been met with skepticism from the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP. Now, during the NDC's Youth Manifesto launch, Mahama highlighted the policy as part of a broader set of reforms aimed at making higher education accessible for all, particularly for students from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. Beg your pardon.
Sorry about that. Taking a deep breath.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Mahama announced that his government will absorb the fees of level 100 students in public universities effective from the 2025-2026 academic year. Mahama emphasized that education is a right, not a privilege, and that his government will work tirelessly to ensure that every Ghanaian has access to quality education regardless of their background. Well, the MPP has criticized the NDC's approach as a short-term solution rather than a comprehensive strategy to address the long-term challenges of higher education financing in Ghana. The debate highlights the contrasting views of the two major parties on education funding. Nevertheless, Mr. Mahama insists that the NDC is committed to creating an enabling environment for young people to thrive.
how much will this cost? That's the first question.
That's right.
Number two, are we able to fund it if we stop corruption? Because if you read the and peruse the documents and check out the accounts, then the figures that we lose to corruption alone, we won't have to really go and borrow.
That's right.
So number one, the NDC has to tell us how much this is going to cost.
That's right.
They have told us when they want to start, so it should be in September, because the 2025-2026 academic year.
That's right.
Now 2024-25 is in session, right?
That's right.
So they first must tell us how much it will cost. And then they must tell us where they're going to draw the monies from.
Exactly.
Right? Somebody suggested that if we stamp corruption, we will be able to fund this. But then the big question is it realistic? Because you look at the numbers of free SHS graduates, right? And then you look at how most of them are eager to get into tertiary education, right? And if we have that huge pool coming in, will we be able as a country to sustain them? That's the third question that the NDC needs to ask. Beyond level 100, how do they survive through the other 3 years?
That's right.
That's another question that they have to answer. And then, if level 100 is free, because, for example, I'll use free SHS as an example. If you fail to enter with your cohorts, your opportunity is gone. Literally, that's what it means. If you fail to enter with your cohorts. So, is it also going to be the same level that if I write my WASI in 2024 and then I'm qualified for the 2025-2026 academic calendar, right? And I get in there and I'm not able to get in with my cohorts, do I lose it? Or does it just apply to any level 100 students that, get admission? And what will be the age cutoff, for example? All these are questions that are outstanding that must be answered, right? And these questions, when answered, then we'll settle on binds. It's not easy it's not enough for us to say that, this has stoked fire and stoked the debate and that's it. What is the debate asking for? And what will be the essence and relevance of the debate? All right? The debate that we're asking for is one. But what is the essence of the debate? And by the time the debate is done, what would we have achieved? These are questions that, will be on the minds of every sane Ghanaian who is of right thinking status in this country. It's a very simple, set of questions that must be answered. For me, I don't know what you think, though. What do you think?
I agree. And these are some of the sentiments that were echoed on social media, at least after the presentation. I was on there kind of gauging the mood, testing the pulse, testing the temperature. And same questions. Where is the money going to come from? Because we know how tight our fiscal space is. And across the board, for all the, the presidential hopefuls who are promising to do XYZ, the main question is, because of where we find ourselves, as we like to term it, we want to know where the money is going to come from. We know government is very tight at the moment, squeezing from this corner, squeezing from that corner. That was my topmost question is, where's the money going to come from? And also, if we identify that these are people or students who are coming from needy backgrounds, after level 100, what happens? What will miraculously change one's circumstances within 1 year? So I'm hoping that the NDC can give us more comprehensive answers, because some of these promises, we've seen and heard them before. They didn't materialize because we failed to interrogate where some of these monies are coming from, the sustainability, and so on and so forth. If it's something we can't sustain, let's not start. For example, look at NABCO. Brilliant initiative, but we didn't have the capacity to see it through.
Well, right from the get-go, people said that NABCO was not what
we wanted to. Yes,
because it looked like a piecemeal thing. Government denied it, but in the end, we know what it had become. Operation Clean Your Frontage, we know what it is. I mean, it's always, an avenue to. Now new ones are being brought.
I mean,
up, right?
They call them what? Stopgap.
Well, but
that's what they term them. Something youth, for the youth to do before they enter the formal work.
Of this country, what they need is this stopgap.
No.
Do they need stopgap jobs? They don't need stopgap jobs.
They need permanent employment, for sure.
They don't need jobs that, will make them feel like second-hand citizens. They want to feel like original, legitimate citizens of the country.
That's right.
So you cannot come and tell them that after 3 years we will give you permanent jobs, and then after 3 years no permanent jobs come, and then when they start complaining, you abandon them altogether.
That's right. Because they still owe that 9 months
they went
pay
to the
arrear.
finance ministry said we don't know anything about it. You go to the presidency because that's where your program was being run from.
That's right.
And for me, we need to start holding leadership accountable for some of these things. I mean, NAPCO was a big campaign tool.
That's right.
It was a big campaign tool. If I'm not exaggerating, I'll say that the 2020 elections was fought and won largely because there was NAPCO in the mix.
I see.
And I've interviewed the NAPCOians themselves here who said that, look, in 2020, they were sure that they were going to get permanent jobs after the election. So that's why they queued to vote.
That's right.
In a certain direction.
Yeah.
But now they regret it. They said, where you are sitting in here.
That's right.
They said it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's obvious and clear that was one of the vote buying schemes that was employed. But is that what the young people of this country deserve?
Absolutely not. I mean, my initial point was that in of itself, the idea, if it was sustainable, would be good. There were modules like Heal Ghana, Tax Ghana, and Revenue Ghana, Heal Ghana, also.
Ghana,
which were to benefit these young ones, to give them the skill set. And as they were initially promised by government, they'll get permanent employment. That didn't happen. So that just goes to my point of sustainability. We must know how the presidential hopefuls intend to fund all of these ideas, schemes, initiatives that they are putting forth. That is the key thing. We say Ghana is broke, Ghana is on her knees, and so on and so forth. Where will the money come from? Because we're also hearing that this tax is going to be scrapped, or this tax is going to be removed or reduced, and so on and so forth. That also means that you're reducing the inflows of money. That shortfall, where is that shortfall going to be coming from?
The removal of taxes, I'm sure that both political parties, because it was Dr. Bawumia who first said that he was going to yank off betting tax and e-levy.
Yes.
And people were saying that, well, you're in power. So if there's any, thing to be yanked off, you have the power.
Do it now.
Yes, do it now. So that's the only point of disagreement with him.
Right.
The people.
Yeah.
Now John Mahama is also saying that, look, when I come betting tax,
off.
E-levy, gone.
Off.
So you can clearly tell that the political class agree that betting tax and e-levy were actually unnecessary for us.
Yeah.
And that they had other creative ways of getting money to solve the country's problems.
That's right.
So now I go back to my first question. Will we be able to achieve this level 100 thing if we stamp corruption in there? Will we be able to create jobs for our young people if we stop corruption?
That's right. We will.
Because you see, what is being proposed is that we're going to have 3 shifts for the same job.
That's right.
So you're doing 8 hours, somebody else comes to do 8 hours, that's 16, somebody else comes to do 8 hours, that's 24. So that's the 24-hour economy, maybe broken down. But the question is, what kind of jobs? And where would these jobs be? And what would these jobs be adding on to the economy?
Right.
Right? And how much would these jobs be paying people? And who will be qualified to get these jobs? And will the people themselves be willing to do the jobs such that they are not demeaning enough? Because, I mean, if between you and I'm not sure we will go and queue up and sign up for NAPCO.
No,
I won't.
No.
I won't, where a national service personnel actually earns more than a NAPCO benefit. I won't. Come on.
No.
Come on. So we need to do a lot more interrogation, and that's exactly what we're going to do later in the show when we engage with the NDC folks who were at the launch yesterday. Yeah? Stay with us. Johnny Spite in a bit.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere.